Hi there. So one of you guys asked me to do to tell them what types of supplies I use in my planner. So I'm going to go through a few of the things that I like to use, some of the supplies I use most often, and where I get them from. So first of all, my planner is a Unison brand graph-lined planner that I bought at Target for 50 cents. It has 200 total pages, so 100 sheets of paper, but 200 pages. I used scrapbook paper and stickers to decorate it, and contact paper on the outside to give it a little bit of waterproof. You can see the shine on that. I do that on both sides, so the back page also has contact paper and scrapbook paper. I use stickers and washi tape to decorate, and this is actually just a little craft paper sack that I got for my journaling that I just stuck in the back with washi tape. Another thing I like to do is keep a little bit of the leftover washi tape on my back page, just to kind of remind me of what some of the ones I've used in my journal so far. Sorry about my voice today. I always tend to have a little bit of vocal fry first thing in the morning, although I think it's like 11 a.m. or something. Anyway, I did a pen test in another journal with Sharpie S-Note markers, which I don't have on me at the moment, but those did tend to bleed through a little bit to the other side, but I love the color choices. I'm missing the number 5, that's why that's not there. So I went ahead and I cut that out and I put it in my new journal so that if I do need a color that I really can't live without, I can take a look at those. Otherwise, the ones I use most often for highlighting and decorating are the Zebra Mildliners. I got mine from Walmart. You can get them at Target. Most office supply stores will probably have them. This is an 18 count, although there are many, many more colors than this. I just chose to go with the 18 count because that's too much choice for me. So basically, each one has, let's see if I can get it to focus here. I only have one hand free, so I can't do the little stick your hand in front of it. It'd help if I had it going the right way. So each one has 2 ends. There's a chiseled end and a marker end. Yeah, I can't get it to focus. Anyway, so the marker end is, oh, sorry, I should have set up my tripod for this. Okay, so there's the marker end, and as you can see, you know, it's just a marker. And then you're getting to look at my messy desk. Then the chisel end can be used to highlight or, you know, write smaller if you want. So there's those. They do bleed through just a little bit if I go over and over the same spot. But like here's where I did that just now. And that's ghosting, which is what this is, doesn't bother me. It's when it actually physically bleeds through and you can see the ink coming through the other side. That bothers me. But not as much as having cute colors. So I like that better. Anyway, so there's that. And it comes in this like nice kind of hard plastic case that you can keep. So I really like that. And I always store them horizontally to make sure that the ink flows to both sides. So another thing I like to use in my planner when I'm doing like the lines, let's see if I can find a page. Of course, every page has, okay. So when I'm doing these lines that show the grid, you know, on the days or on the months, I like to use this Sharpie pen. It's not a permanent marker. It's a fine liner pen. And they come in lots of different colors. Again, you can find these at Walmart, Target, you know, any of those kind of places, office supply stores. But the tip is just a regular fine line tip. But what I like about it is that it doesn't bleed through to the other side. It leaves a nice thin line that's still really black. And I just like the way it feels. It's nice. It's a good size. I just like these. I don't use the colors very often. I just mainly stick with the black. Another type of marker that I like to use are Staedtler Triplus Fineliner markers. These have a very fine tip, and they have this awesome little case. You flip the top down and you can use it set it up at your desk. But they have a nice fine tip. It's hard to see, I know. And they have a triangular shaped barrel, so they're grippy, which I like that. And they last a really long time. And I do still also store these horizontally. You should always store your markers, any kind of marker that has pigment in it, any of that kind of stuff, sideways, unless it tells you otherwise on the packaging. But what I like about this pack especially is it has all the colors that I like in the rainbow, and I can use it to color code my planner. And another thing I like about it, which I haven't done a pen test yet, but I'll just use one of the darker colors. So if I were to like color in a square, for instance, okay, on the other side, yes, it does show through and there's a little bit of bleeding, right? So if I go a little lighter, just don't push quite as hard, and maybe don't fill it in quite as much. There's no bleed through, but still there's still ghosting. There's a little bit of bleed through. So the one thing I don't like about these is that they do bleed a little bit, but that's why for the most part I just try to avoid doing things where I have to color. But if I were to write something, so my initials for instance, there's a little bit of ghosting, but because it's a darker color I would expect that, and that doesn't bother me. It's when it's darker like this and kind of starts to bleed through a little bit, that's when it bothers me. So I just try to avoid using these in any situation where I have to color. But that's not something I generally do in my planner anyway, so it's not a huge issue for me. Another person, or it may have been the same person, asked if I ever glue two of my pages together. I don't like to use glue to glue whole pages together because I don't like the way it feels. But when I do glue things into my journal, I like to use the Elmer Craft Bond glue, the glue sticks. These are great. Throw one in your bag. I keep one in my pencil case that I carry with me, although this is the one from my pencil case, so watch me forget to put it back in. But I use this for gluing in like the kids' school schedules. If I get a sheet of paper that has information on it that I don't want to recopy but that I want to keep with me, like, you know, a school menu or something like that, I can glue it in here. It's not stiff. It holds its, it adheres really well. And because it's a craft glue, it tends to last a little bit longer and stick a little bit better than the school glue sticks because it's got a permanent bond on it. So if I do glue something, I use this. But generally, if I have two pages to stick together, I will just use washi tape on the edge. So like here, I went to Denver with my kids a few weeks ago, and I did a little bit of journaling in here. That was fun. Anyway, so sometimes I'll glue pictures in or little, things like here's a wristband. But when I got to the end over here, I realized that if I flipped one page and started writing, I would feel, see how there's kind of an edge there? I would feel that coming through. So I took washi tape and I just stuck the two ends together. So if I really wanted to, I could still use, this inside part. I could tape the bottom shut and use it as a pocket if I really wanted or something like that. But I just wanted the freedom of the way the pages move without having them glued together. So now you don't have that, there's no lip there like there was before. So that's what I use for glue. You can tell I'm not super into these kind of videos, like figuring out my camera work. I apologize for that. I do have a lot of single sheet stickers that I get from different planner places. Planner Envy on Etsy is one of my favorites. Aquariel Designs is another one. I'm going on a cruise in March, so I got my cruise sticker countdown. Anyway, so when I have these just like single sheets, it's way easier for me to store them in this type of situation. So this is a half-size binder as opposed to like a full size. So here's a full size. That's a half size, right? So you can get these on at Office Max. I used to be able to get them at Target and Walmart, but I think there just wasn't as much demand for them, so they don't sell them there anymore. But you can get page protectors that are just exactly like the full-size ones, but smaller. So I just slip my stickers in the top, but it allows me to flip through when I'm looking for something specific, and I can be like, oh, there it is, and I just pull it out, use it, stick it back, and then I can take this whole thing and I can just stack it in my planner cart, and it's ready for the next time. Makes it way easier to find what I'm looking for, and my brain needs that. Oh, sorry, I just dropped it. Washi tape is another thing I use a lot in my planner, and I found that just this like generic, little case that I got from probably Walmart, it has these little dividers that you can stick in it, so you can store beads or thread, whatever you want. I just took those out and I just stacked my washi in there like that, side by side, so you can see most of them, and then the ones on top obviously are easy to see. You just pick them up and look at them. But I try to limit, it's hard. You can do it, guys. To limit my washi tape collection to what fits in this box, with one exception. And that is, sorry, I had to turn around for a second. Some of my washi tapes are very thin, narrow. And trying to cram all these little narrow ones in here, like other ones go inside them because they're big and they're kind of unwieldy. So I just keep them on my planner cart in this little thing. I don't use the thin ones very often. Oh, there's one in there that's not so thin, snuck in there by mistake. But it just makes it easier if I have them all in one place and I can kind of compare sizes. For the thin ones anyway. This is holiday ones that I don't generally use a majority of the time. Not sure why this one's in there. I actually use this one all the time, so I'll stick that back in here. But anytime I get a themed or a holiday themed washi tape, I'll just keep that separate and I'll just reach for it when I need it. And then this one is, I keep my wide washi. So if it's very wide, compared to the rest of these, I'll stick it in here because it just takes up space that I don't really want to take up. So that's how I store my washi tape. And I do periodically go through, and if there's one that I just haven't used in a really long time, or it doesn't tickle my fancy anymore, I usually will just donate it to, thrift store of my choice. Other markers I like to use are Papermate Flair pens. I don't like to write with these because I don't like the way they feel, so I'm not going to sit down and write a letter with them, but I will definitely use them in my planner because these don't bleed through like the other ones do. The only reason I might not use them first is because they're just awkward to carry around because of the way they're shaped. They're like narrow on the ends and kind of fat in the middle. And I just haven't found a way to carry them besides using one of these little photo holders that you can buy that fits comfortably in my bag. So, that's a bummer. Come on, Flair, come up with a better system. But let me do a little example here for you. So I'll take one of the darker ones I have, this dark blue, and we're going to do the same thing we did with this other blue. For some reason, dark blue seems to be a color that bleeds through quite a, oh, that's a terrible square. Okay, so I made the square and I colored it. Now, obviously, because I colored it, it's going to bleed through. But if you look at it, not as much as the other one did, right? The line is a little bit thicker, but if I do my initials, see the line is a little bit thicker, but it bleeds through, or it ghosts about the same as the other one. And they're they're not bad for price. Flair pens, you can get a big package of them at back to school. They come in a million colors. And the only reason, like I said, I don't use them more often is that I just haven't figured out a way to get them in my bag. But the only ones that seem to bleed through for me, like even that, like it barely bleeds through even after coloring with it, are the darkest ones. Like this, like it's kind of dark. I know purple doesn't really show on videos. It's dark purple. There's my toothbrush. And like the darker blue and maybe this darker purple. But because I only generally use them to like maybe write the numbers at the top or like draw an outline, that doesn't bother me. So I really like to use those as well for, especially for journaling in my just regular journal. I like these because I like the way they feel in my hand too. These are pretty thin, and writing with these for too long will kind of give me a little bit of a hand cramp. So there's that. All right, stickers. So I did mention a few sticker places that I like. One of them being Planner Envy on Etsy, also Aquariel Designs. I know there's another one I've shown a few times in other videos, but I do also like to get sticker books from different places. So first, I like to use the Michaels Recollections brand sticker books. They're good sizes. They're a little more narrow than I generally like in my planner. The boxes, the width of the boxes, on most of them is fine, but some of them are a little on the wider side. Some of them are a little more narrow. But generally they fit pretty well on my pages. They have good, nice themes, like this one's fall and winter. So there's a lot of different options, but all kind of within the same general color palette, which I like. So you can do several weeks, months, however you want to decorate with one sticker book. They have lots of different themes, lots of cute icons, little checklists. They have a lot of foil stickers as well, which are kind of fun. So I like those a lot. So those are Recollections from Michaels. And then these, I like to go to Hobby Lobby when they have a sale, especially their clearance on these Agenda 52 pads. They're similar to the other ones, the Recollections, in terms of designs. So this one, for instance, is just called Feminine Floral, but it's a whole thing. Lots of different flowers, lots of different types of stickers, widths, lengths, heights, and decorating stickers. And then they also have sayings. I like to be able to use these. I can do a whole layout. I can just use one sticker here and there. I don't tend to use the ones that have sayings on them quite as much, but I will throw them in now and then. But I like that they're being able to use stickers from the same sticker pack that match, in color and style. Here's another one I got that I really like. This is just kind of basic boxes, but in quotes, but it's in all different colors. So you can really find some that match several different color palettes. So if I'm using, another, like say I'm using something from this book, but I don't have quite the thing I need for that color, I usually will go to this and I can find something that's pretty close. But I do really like this one. This one is called Monochromatic. I don't know if they still carry it, but it's got a lot of cute designs and I like all the colors. Here's another one I got on clearance last year. I mean, that's a good deal, $5 when it was 18 before. This one's called Hello Sunshine. It's very similar to the other one. Similar styles of stickers, just a slightly different color palette. You get lots of flowers, lots of sayings, lots of little icons, and I really like that. This is another Happy Planner kit that I bought. This was okay. When I bought it, I really just got it because I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. but it's made for all different sizes of happy planners. And so some of the stickers are huge. Like these are okay. They fit, you know, generally they're too wide for my columns, but I can put them like in the corner of a monthly or on another page. But some of the stickers are just so big. Like that's a huge sticker. You know, that doesn't fit in my planner. So some of them, I'm just not quite sure what I'm going to do with them. But I really like them. They have ones that are Christmas themed. Obviously, there's Halloween themed. They have all the different characters. Most of the colors are kind of toned down, but they have lots of different colors. So I do like using these. I generally try to use them around Christmas and Halloween, of course, because I'm not an insane person. Just kidding. But that was another Happy Planner sticker set that I bought, I believe, at probably Hobby Lobby, to be honest. But you can also get Happy Planner stickers at Michael's as well. And finally, when I'm coloring with colored pencils, which I do occasionally, I just use these Crayola Twistables. I never have to worry about sharpening them. I can throw a couple in my bag and bang them around and they last. I like this color selection. Some are very light, some are a lot darker. There's 30 in this pack. I just like this so that, say for instance, you know, I want to doodle. Sometimes I will doodle in my planner, or I have a page that I want to do some coloring in, but I don't want to use markers that might bleed through. I'll use my colored pencils. And yeah, I'm a school supply nerd, so I love all that stuff anyway. And then my favorite pen that I use in my planner, I'd say probably 95% of the time, is a Pentel RSVP fine tip, just 97-cent pen. Not really sure why it doesn't say Pentel on here, but that's what it is. I use these for everything, for taking notes, for journaling in my planner. I have them stashed everywhere in my house. And these are the only pens that I will actually use all of the ink out of. You can see the ink started out way up here, and I've used this whole pen almost to the end. I just really love these, and I like the way they look, and I like the way they fit in my hand. I like that they're long, which seems like a weird thing, but I have short, stubby little hands. And so when I use a short, stubby little pen, it just kind of, I don't know, I don't love it. So, this is a riveting video, by the way. But I just like how it fits in my hand. It's long, you know. I like my handwriting in it. I like the way it feels. It rarely gets globby like some pens do. Occasionally towards the end it might get a little globby on the paper, and occasionally you can see I've got a little ink on my hand. But for the way it makes my handwriting look and the way it feels and the grip, I just really like it. So, Penderex, there you go. Other than that, I don't really use a whole lot of other supplies in my planner. I do use stickers that I just get, you know, from various places. So I do also have, well, like on the back, I got this sticker from a store in the mall. I think this came in, like as a freebie from something I ordered. You know, like just, we went to a cafe and they had stickers, and we went to Cave of the Winds in Denver, and, you know, just different stickers that I get from different places. But most of the stickers that I use are ones that I get in my kits. So here's a kit from Planner Envy. Trying to see if there's any other stickers that I might have used. Like I have my kids' schedules glued in there. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else that is jumping out at me. I do like to use sticky notes in my planner. In terms of, like, if you look at my shopping list, I do like to use sticky notes for different things. These fit well in here. And I also like to use the smaller sized ones, the little kind of smaller ones. They don't quite fit. They fit on my monthly pretty well, but on the weeklies, they don't quite work. They're a little too wide, but I can turn them this way and they fit almost perfectly. So I do like to use these if I have something I have to remember for that day, but I still want it to fit, you know, these work really well. And these I think are just 3M Post-its. I know you can get this same size from other brands as well, but I think this particular one is 3M. And then I like to use, you know, cute little ones that I find. I get them, you know, they used to sell a lot at the dollar spot at Target. These are Post-it ones, but I like to be able to write on them, but then still have some kind of cute designs because, you know, cute designs make things fun. I also, once in a while, will just use little random notepads. If I write a note, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to stick that in my planner. I'll just tape it in. I like to use the cheaper tape that I get from Dollar Tree. It's just regular tape. It comes in, I think, just a pack of 1 or maybe 2 rolls. It's crazy cheap, and it sticks when I need it to, but I can peel it off when I don't, and I like that. Oh, my little tabs. I do have little tabs here that I use. They're reusable. They're just kind of plasticky. And what I really like about them is you can write on the end, and they can stick out up to about maybe 1/2 inch. So if you want them to stick out more, that works too. But they are from, sorry, I should have gotten them out already. They are also Post-it. They have different kinds. This one is just the, you know, generic one. They come in this little like hard case thing, so you can throw this in your bag and they just pop up. You pop one out and the next one comes out. I really like these for the months because I can write on it. It stays on there for a long time. Eventually there's a little wear and tear. So for instance, on this one I use for my Today tab, because I transfer it over so often, eventually the backing will rub off, so I will have to replace that. When I do my next one, I'll just pop a new one on there. They do also have some that you can write on that are more, you can write on with a pen. These I have to use a permanent type marker on these, like the Sharpie Superfine permanent markers, which, like these, I like these for using on my tabs because it lasts for a long time. But you can't use ink like from a pen. So in order to do that, you either have to put a piece of tape across it and then write on the tape, which I've done before out of lack of Sharpie, or you can just buy some that are made to be written on. And those, I don't typically get those because I do just use them for my monthly and Today tabs. But if you wanted to use them for something else or reuse them, you can get those. Most places, Walmart, Target, will sell those as well. And I think that's it. I can show you the cart that I use to store all of my fun stuff. Pardon my messy desk. Here's my little cart. So these little jobbies fit right in there just perfectly. So I stick these in here. Most of my little containers have come from Dollar Tree or Walmart or Target. My back scratcher. Like these little clear ones, I think that came from Amazon. This little basket was probably from Walmart or Target. But I keep like my stencils. That's where I keep my markers in there so they stay horizontal. My sticker books, they all fit in here quite well. My little binders, those are more half-size binders. And then on the bottom, just some random stuff. Gotta have my hot glue gun. And this cart, here's another one of the journals. This is my personal handmade journal that I will be starting to make and sell on Etsy, but for now, this is just my own. But I keep that in here also. And then I have these little side pieces where I have, that cleans my glasses. I have more tape, glue tape, staples. Oh, here's a little more of those little tabs. These are just a little prettier, but you still have to use Sharpie. Tape runner. I have a pencil sharpener. I have a whiteout little thing. I absolutely love these things. And then I have a couple different kinds of glue. I have glue dots. So you know when you get a new credit card in the mail and it's stuck on with that annoying glue dot, that's what those are. More staples, and then some cute little, and then this is my favorite glue to use in my these types of journals for gluing in all different kinds of ephemera, but it works with fabric, ribbon, all kinds of stuff. I love these, and it's nice, small. It's got a really nice fine tip. I like that. Okay, get in there. I also, I'll just do that, have a few other sticker books. So I use stickers from other things that aren't specifically for planners in my planner. So these are obviously not planner stickers, but I could use them that way. I love sugar skulls, so I've got that. And then I have a 1 line a day journal that I got for Christmas from my daughter one year. And I used it for a couple years. And then my husband passed away, and then I just didn't use it for a really long time. And so I'm trying to get back into using it again with a couple years in between of a difference. For my journals that I like up here, sometimes I'll keep cute little packaging that I can reuse. Like I got this little mini jigsaw puzzle, and I liked the picture, so I'm going to keep that here until I can think of a better place for it. And then I really like to use these little mini composition books. You can get them in packs from Dollar Tree, but they're just teeny tiny. They fit in your hand. This one, I just stuck a sticker on it, but I can put this in my purse, jot down notes to myself, and I don't have to use up precious paper in my planner for just writing a one-off note. Like, say I need to write a quick note to someone and rip it out and, stick it in their mailbox or something. I can use this and I can rip it and do what I want with it, and it costs like 10 cents. And then I don't have to use my precious planner paper because that's a commodity I'm not willing to give up on. But anyway, this is my cart. I got it from Michael's, I believe. It's just a wire cart. It's got rollers. It rolls around. It's great. I also have a shelf near my desk that has lots of supplies in it as well. But I'm in the process of trying to downgrade. Look at that cute picture my daughter painted. Anyway, so I'm working on condensing all of that into maybe one more of these that can be rolled around, so that it just doesn't take up quite as much space. I don't know. Anyway, here's my little desk area. I know you guys didn't ask for this, but why not? It's kind of fun. There's my son. Hey, son. More kids. I do like my L-shaped desk quite a bit. I like this little thing. It holds all my pens and markers that I use most often. But I like sitting here. I don't like my giant stack of things that need to be put away. But anyway, there you have it. Favorite supplies, my space, storage. You can see the floor and the garbage. If there's anything else that you're interested in seeing, let me know. And with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.